Oh, okay. They're going for the Troll Warlord, which honestly I would have expected to be kind of worse, but alright, the Troll is here for Yamate.
You're giving the Magnus a little bit more leeway to find that farm. And once you've got level 2, level 3, or at least a value point in the Skewer, you have to worry about that positioning bit, but again, not letting Jabs rest here.
No. He might be dead here, Jabs. Yeah, first blood. Gonna go over to Mosin. Yamate helping out with that one, and he's actually let them go. No, he'll go back for them. Wants to get that level 3 mark and see if he can make it in time to get to the 4-minute power rune, but it looks like he might be late. Oh, he's going to run over.
Late.
Savage, meanwhile, bot lane does kill off Candyloon. Savage, standard laughing every time he sees a mistake happen. Speaking of Savage, of course, he is farming very nicely right now. The top lane.
Yamate.
How's Yamate gotten up there, John? Cuckoo. What's he done? Jabs is going to try and help Cuckoo survive this as Yamate is going at him, but the shockwave knocks him off, and they'll get the kill anyway. Cuckoo, of all things, will survive on top of his cliff. Meanwhile, bot lane, Whitemon going to go down on the Disruptor. Savage, he's going to try and get a trade going onto Barry. Will blink in. There's going to be stick charges used by Barry, but Savage, he does have the damage output. And Candy is going to try and fight, but Jab's now going to rotate in with the Boulder Smash out. Candyloon, he's on the run, but I believe he is also going to die. And Savage will get a double.
And that's what you'd love to see from the Earth Spirits, Mike. Jabs finds the opportunity to TP in, and he's making it work. Has his fresh charges up, could open up rotations mid, could start to maybe plant some aggressive wards as well, though easy.
I really like that decision-making from Jabs, as they are going onto BDZ. He can't roll away. Jabs will go ahead and take the kill for himself. But I actually like that decision to rush the Earth.
You expect at least Mosin to be a bit more active, but when he's stuck in the pods, 5, you can't really leave that Yamate lane alone. There's always the threat of getting off a good skewer, so you're forced to just be defensive. And Candy?
Yeah, Candy's in trouble. Savage, he's definitely got this kill. He's got Blink Strike in a second. Glimpse back from Whitemon, just to make sure that they don't risk giving away Savage's life.
Yamate down bot now, so the shove in should be a lot faster. Among Us might want to defend this one as they're not in a position to trade yet.
No, they're not. Yamate, that attack speed up. Candy jumping in onto Arbed. He does not have the orb to get away from this, and they got the Aether Remnant and the Rolling Thunder. Whitemon just hiding in the trees, pretending he's not there.
So you can play around with a hookshot cogs into the egg. That might be a bit much to play into for Among Us early on.
Maybe. You see a smoke being brought up now from Mosin, so he's looking for that rotation to happen. Top T1 under siege, and there is a static storm drop, so they will get Barry on the Phoenix, but Candyloon is going to jump in. Aether Remnant to lock down Whitemon, and they do get the Disruptor. DDZ even avoiding the glimpse, and now what a hook shot out from Mosin. Beautiful angle out from our Clockwork. And, well, new esports, John, they played that perfectly.
When Savage gets out, he tends to be their win condition. So I'd say new esports, you feel good about yourself, but you have to remember to hunt Savage down at some point.
You do. He is still top of the net worth by quite a bit. That Battle Fury is not going to take much longer. He just needs one more item for it. However, Radiant Triangle, there is a Dream Call out. That'll mean Jabs actually gets caught out there. The Jabs goes down to Mosin, and Barry actually kills off Arbed on the puck.
And while it stalls out, you might not find that opening. Still, new esports, time to smoke up.
Well, they smoke up into the Radiant Triangle, but Cuckoo is going to be there to break the smoke, but he will skew up at Mosin. Does manage to get a nice hook shot. He'll be glimpsed away. Cuckoo looking for the RP attempt, but he's not going to get it in time. DDZ able to take the kill on the Pangolier. They're back out of there.
New esports, they still maintain a steady 1k lead. You're seeing key items fly out. Yamate's got the Yasha up into the SNY. It's lacking the Sanj now. You look at Candy, he's rushing his Ags.
Oh, Mosin.
Mosin.
He loves jumping onto Whitemon. The only problem being is he dies, but look at BDZ. He gets into the swash. Now, the Void Spirit Astral Step, and Savage is going to go down. He doesn't have any defensive itemization yet. So he does take a lot of damage still. They're going to turn back around onto Candy Loon. Candy will also eventually die. Looks like they are roshing though, New Esports. Among Us, can they fight this? Roshan is getting very, very low. Abed having a look here. They are going to shockwave roll in. Jabs!
Oh!
Abed, he does snatch the Aegis away. And now the RP out from Cuckoo. They just want to disengage. Abed with the blink dagger getting in there. Cuckoo, he'll be fine. Mosen did catch out Abed, but he's going to be able to just get himself out with the waning rift. Of course, he would have loved to have that Aegis in his bag, but that is not going to be the case for him. They are actually roaming in as well, New Esports, into 23 Savage, who did just blink strike, so he has limited ways out. Abed's trying to help, but BDZ again with the Rolling Thunder is going to make it very, very hard, and he just continues to chase them down with the 3-man stun on Whitemon, also getting hooked on. Even Cuckoo, though, trying to turn back around, does kill off Mosen. Now the Dream Coil and, well, the respawn out from Savage is not going to last long. Yamate could be able to catch out Jabs. BDZ going to continue the chase onto Cuckoo. Abed still trying to buy him more time. Cuckoo looks like he is going to be safe.
They're punishing that playstyle. They're hunting down Savage. This is what we were looking for from the team, and it's becoming harder for Savage. He loses his net worth lead. Abed's still not there with Yags. It's going to be a little while longer for the line to fully be there, and you know, Abed, he's just playing with fire every time.
Yamate, Abed, stuck around there for a second, and snares do come out. Yamate able to get the kill once again onto Abed. Mind you, he does have the BKB on the way now, and they are going to go for a quick smoke up. Coming out on the courier first. So Savage, the 10-second charge is definitely going to help out this time. Cuckoo, of course, needs to try and get a big RP off if he can. Jabs, going to go for a roll in. We'll follow up onto Candy. Glimpse back, they got one. It's going to be Mosen. He can try for the hook shot out. He's just looking for a place to go. And looks like he may not bother. He'll just end up dying. Didn't really have a good target to hook onto. And well, they get one kill for their trouble. They don't quite get the BKB reveal they wanted though.
No, it's an alright kill. New Esports aren't going to be upset. Mosen's doing pretty okay. Like, they've already got everything you'd want from a clock. They are grouping up top, though.
Well, they found Candy. Dream Coil is out, but DDZ with the BKB Rolling Thunder is going to make it very hard to kill him off, but Savage gets a 1.5k crit. That'll do it.
Oh.
Now even finding Barry on the Phoenix, and Barry going to be a double kill now for 23 Savage. And this is what you don't want if you're New Esports. There goes your top tier 2 tower. Savage will take it. Into the dire triangle they go. Among Us want to start another fight. They still have that 10-second charge. They'll jump onto Mosen. They'll go for the easy kill. DDZ now going to reveal himself, but Jab's going to get the roll in with the kick. And, well, jump in from Savage, but he's lost a lot of HP on that PA. He does not want to commit any further, or maybe he does with the skill back up from Cuckoo. They get Whitemon, and now the Rolling Thunder. Going to be stopped by the RP of Cuckoo. They don't want to allow DDZ to be able to finish off Savage. And that RP will allow everyone else to get away, but Cuckoo will eventually die. New Esports, they do go for the smoke up now. They just picked up all their tier 3 items, so they might have a slight advantage, as I don't believe Among Us has had the time to farm up all theirs. They're going to try and rush into that triangle now. Yamate, he'll show himself. Hook shot, Mosen going to go onto Whitemon again, trying to get rid of that static storm. Jab's going to roll in, but Mosen was glimpsed away. Now the Rolling Thunder is going to be stopped by the Dream Coil out from Abed, and Savage just rips apart DDZ onto Yamate, into the RP. They do get the Phoenix Egg off, but is it going to matter? Savage is focusing it down and does manage to kill it off, and Mosen, all he can do is TP out as they do continue to chase down Candy Loon. And they might just get him with the glimpse back. No, Dissimulate is going to be out in time, but Candy with the boulder smash from Jabs. Oh, that is perfect from Jabs.
Oh man, I mean the crit as well for Savage, right? Such a skill shot, Mike.
It is going to be scouted out by Mosen, but they're not going to have the time to contest. Savage is critting for 1.7k, and that is way too much, and he wants to try for the high ground attempt. Does have the Aegis and the cheese for that matter, so he is feeling very confident, and he'll jump straight in onto the Phoenix, and that's Barry gone. It doesn't last very long. Because now they do have the Aghanim Scepter up on Candy Loon, but he's got no buyback gold for himself. So he'll have to make good use of that. Savage gets a tier 3 now, jumping straight onto Yamate. He needs help. There's your hook shot. There's your RP out from Cuckoo. He got 3 of them, and Savage is just destroying them on the PA. They cannot survive the crits. 4 down. There's Candy Loon. He's gone as well. He'll use himself up. It's not going to matter. He'll dissimulate. He'll go the other way. He'll get the Aether Remnant, but they've called the GG. And that's all it takes. 1 RP. 1 good cleave with a crit, and everyone just disappears.
Oh man, it was so close for New Esports. They brought such a good fight early on. They never had the big lead, to be fair. Like, they were ahead in kills, but at most, maybe 4k of a lead in terms of net worth.
No, Abed's on the mid void.
Abed.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. A spicy draft for Among Us. Of course, you were asking for gap close. The AM does that. Mid void up against mid Arc Warden. That he has to be very cautious with his time walk timings. As level 1 to even level 2 and level 3 of time walk, really long cooldown. So super easy to punish the void. And DDZ should have a much better time here down mid. And Barry's going to have to be really careful.
Barry does go down bot lane. Whitemon able to pick up the kill. And now Candy is going to be taking a fair bit of damage, but he is out of mana.
DDZ, expect his Midas to be at a good time. Really a lot of pressure at the supports, especially Jabs, to get that rotation. And speaking of Jabs, you know, up top, just playing tag with Mosen, this lane with Cuckoo. There's a lot that can fly out, and if you land a Torrent.
Yeah, very nice Torrent into the Arrow and the Tidebringer, and they give Yamate the tip. Whitemon's being very clever, because Barry wants the level 3 mark on the Phoenix to have the level 2 Fire Spirits. But if you don't allow him to have those level 2 Fire Spirits, he can never take over the game. Or at least the lane for that matter. And so he's going to be forced to Icarus Dive and run back to the fountain. And by the time he hits level 3, it's just not going to matter anymore. They're just going to out-level him too much.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to bounce back.
Top lane, John, he got hit by that Torrent again. He goes for a slide, but Jabs is going for the dive. Yamate does go down before Jabs does. And Cuckoo will be fine and alive, but Mosen might go for a magic missile now. Cuckoo perhaps overstaying his welcome, and he did. And Yamate will happily give him over a tip.
That is the only way to kind of salvage those lanes. And you know, the only lane here going hard for Among Us is that mid, but Cuckoo rotates. Yeah,
great rotation out from Cuckoo. This is very unexpected. DDZ going to try and stand his ground, but he cannot. They will even get to kill off that Tempest double. And that was very required for Arbetters.
Have Savage really well farmed up, top of the CS board right now, which is always a good sign if you're an AM. And he is really way far ahead in terms of gold as well. New Esports, they need to make that lane work, but... Ooh.
Oh, Whitemon is playing this so well, John. He ends up killing off Candy Loon. Now Barry wants to try and trade, but he can't, because Whitemon's just going to chase him down.
Every single lane but mid is just kind of tumbling right now. They're going to have to find a way to recover, but this aggressive play from Among Us, it's getting really hard to punish.
Look at DDZ. They're going to group up. Chrono going to be committed, and there should be an arrow coming in from Jabs, and it does connect perfectly. Mosen trying to help out, but Abed, he jukes out the magic missile, and now he's going to die as well. And they're just 4-manning. At the 6.5 minute mark, there's 4 people in mid.
On that mid void, faces void, which is not typical for the Arc Warden, so there needs to be more time here, and the New Esports buys out. They need to hit level 6 on their supports. I mean, I look at Barry, you were talking about his level 3 mark. He's just about to hit 4.
Oh, Cuckoo. Cuckoo's roaming around like a position 4 right now.
You've got level 6 in Mosen, so there's a bit more room there, but this is not the push you expect from a Beastmaster draft, and they moonlight in.
Abed, he's got that chrono. He might get a 3-man. No, he gets 2. Mosin is right outside. He's going to swap Yamate out, but they'll go after Candyloon instead. Candy, he does have that level 6, but he does not have the mana for the roar. So Mosin is going to drop, and Candyloon has no choice but to try and juke them out, but he cannot get out of there.
There's still 2 more tier 1s, both of them looking really healthy as well. Among Us, and they're going to have this Savage. Yeah, he actually does have Battle Fury 2 rate bands, power treads at 12. 12
That's
flat.
insane. Roar out though. Abed is in danger, but another nice torrent out. There's your chains. They will be able to get Abed. Nice pick off there from New Esports. Now that Ags pick up on Abed is kind of genius, honestly. Just going for the utility build, but it's going to make him so annoying for the side of New Esports. Just him time walking and getting bashes every time. Speaking of bashes, Mosin is about to get bashed and does by Abed. Now that's going to get him just a little bit closer now to that Ags. Of course, Jabs even has the Meteor Hammer now, so just has the follow-up to the arrow and just offers more push potential for Among Us. As they do now get the Aegis onto Savage.
There are some nice wards here, though, from New to spot that movement, so they don't spot this lower ground obs, which is going to be helpful. That does buy New Esports some more time to just farm safely up top. You have to be a bit cautious anyway, as they do get started in that mid.
Oh, Mosin, he's going to get hit by that arrow. Jabs. Oh, Jabs. Love me a Jabs Marana.
Oh yeah, you gotta love it. And you know, the Meteor Hammer build up as well, right? So I don't think they want to play defensive with this draft. Like we were talking about these as faceless void counters. They have to be offensive with them, and they need to just roar and find an easy kill. Swap and find an easy kill. Try to snowball back that way.
Oh, DDZ, the boat's going to fly in and Savage will jump in. Candy looking for a roar, does commit now on to Savage, but he's going to be alright. He still has the Aegis, and he won't die anyway. They'll take care of the Tempest Stubble, they'll get the tier 2 mid, or rather it will be denied by Barry. But now Among Us, they're actually thinking about this high ground. In fact, Mosin barely misses that torrent, but he's going to get swapped, or rather he swaps himself out. Whitemon going to go down on the Enchantress. I suppose that is a positive hero trade for New Esports.
And start to plan around the high ground defense. It's getting harder and harder to fight outside. And you can see Among Us, they're not relenting. DDZ.
Mid lane, caught by that X. Abed going to jump in to the magnetic field now, not committing chrono yet. He just wants to hold out. Abed falling a bit low, but it will go into the back lines now. And the Phoenix will Icarus dive, but they got the target they wanted, and Abed has that Aghanim Scepter up.
New Esports, 16k behind here, Mike, at 19 minutes in. They've lost their tier 3. They do smoke up. They need to get these team fights out. They need to land the egg and roar somehow. Maybe find an opening.
Whitemon may get caught. Chains are there from Yamate, and Whitemon should just be dead. Torrent is going to help him a little bit, but he hasn't got any more help coming in. Maybe the Pos 5 going down once again. Yamate is going to make a run for an Abed. Won't be able to keep up. This Candyloon now does have the blink up on the Beastmaster. So you can initiate just like that onto Cuckoo, but he's got the boat and they've got no damage. X, boat, going to be out onto Candy. With the torrent to follow up, Mosin going to get a nice swap off. They aren't giving up. They really want that Beastmaster. He will get away. Unless Abed somehow closes the gap, but it's doubtful. A hero with 2 Midases is about to have half the net worth of the enemy Pos 1. That is insane.
Yeah. Bad sign for New still. They smoke up, but they need to land this fight perfectly.
Arrow connects onto Candyloon in the back. They need him to roar, but he can't get there in time. Savage is going to make the jump now onto Yamate. Candy is coming in. He needs to roar ASAP, but he's not using it, so Mosin is going to go down on the bench. That's your bench gone, and now a double boat flying in. Savage back in there, gets a triple kill out with the Mana Void, and is going to continue blinking forward. You know the man wants a rampage. He might just dive the tier 4s, and he will. Savage after Barry gets the Ultra. Can he get a rampage? Yamate desperately running off, and they're calling the GG. They don't want to give it away. Chrono, Abed, he's going to just steal it away from him.
Oh, man. Among Us. Oh boy. It looked rocky in game 1. It looked like New Esports brought them a good fight. But game 2, I mean, mid faces Void.